The sky over Port Harcourt was heavy with clouds that afternoon, low, swollen, and gray, as if it knew something was coming. Inside a small, crumbling one-room apartment tucked behind the Okirika waterfront market, Adizwa balanced a tray of steaming bread on her head, carefully winding her way through traffic and puddles. She was only 18, but life had forced her to grow up too fast. Her hands were blistered from the charcoal stove, her knees sore from bending over trays, and her eyes, those tired, kind eyes, carried the weight of 1,000 dreams delayed. She had just returned from her daily hustle, with only 1,200 Nigerian nairas to show for it, soaked to the bone. She pushed open the rusted door, wiped her feet, and stepped into the dim room where the ceiling fan hadn't worked in 3 months. Her mother, MR.BEAST, sat at the old wooden table, stiff as a statue. There was silence. And then Adizwa saw it, the large brown envelope resting on the center of the table like a bomb waiting to explode. "You're back early," Adizwa said gently, placing her tray aside. Her mother didn't respond, just stared. Adizwa noticed the way her mother's fingers trembled. Her gaze dropped again to the envelope. Something in her chest tightened. "Did something happen?" she asked, walking over. "Mama, talk to me." MR.BEAST exhaled sharply. "Sit." Adizwa sat. What followed was a conversation that didn't feel real. "A man came this morning," her mother began, voice tight. "His name is Mr. Olatu. He's wealthy. Owns land, hotels, someone important." Adizwa tilted her head, confused. "He heard about you. About how hardworking you are. He wants to sponsor you." A pause. Then, "Sponsor me?" Adizwa asked, her voice uncertain. "For school." Her mother didn't answer that. She simply pushed the envelope toward her daughter. It was sealed. Adizwa hesitated, then tore it open. Inside, a thick bundle of fresh cash, clean new 1,000 Nigerian nairas notes. And a paper contract. Her stomach flipped. "Mama, what is this?" Her mother's eyes met hers, and for the first time in a long time, they were watery. "It's not what you think. He's not a bad man. He wants to help. And in return." "In return for what?" Adizwa's voice cracked. MR.BEAST looked away. Her fingers clenched tightly. "He's offering a place to stay. A new life in Abuja. In return, you'll keep him company. Just treat him well." The words dropped like stones in water. Adizwa's heart thudded against her ribs. "You mean, I'm supposed to live with him?" Silence. "You mean like a wife?" Her mother flinched. That was all the answer she needed. Adizwa stood up, so fast the chair scraped backwards. "You sold me." "Don't say it like that," MR.BEAST snapped. "Do you think I wanted this? We owe rent. Your school fees are overdue. The market people are threatening me every day. What else was I supposed to do?" Tears slipped down Adizwa's cheeks. "You were supposed to protect me." Her mother's face crumpled. "I'm protecting all of us. Me. You. Your sister's surgery. This was the only way." But Adizwa couldn't hear anything after that. Her ears were ringing. Her legs weak. That night, she couldn't sleep. She sat outside on the steps, watching the streetlight flicker above her like it, too, was giving up. Children ran past chasing a flat football. A woman argued with her husband across the street. Normal sounds. Normal chaos. Except nothing was normal anymore. She heard her mother inside, humming a gospel tune, perhaps to quiet her own guilt. Adizwa felt her entire life folding into something unrecognizable. The next morning came too soon. A black SUV pulled up by the roadside. A tall man in his early 50s stepped out, wearing a white kaftan and dark sunglasses. His smile was too wide, his teeth too white. "You must be Adizwa," he said, opening the back door for her. Her mother handed her a small bag with 2 dresses and a Bible. No goodbyes. No hugs. Just be strong. For all of us. Adizwa climbed in. The door shut. The engine hummed. They drove in silence for nearly 20 minutes. She kept her eyes out the window, swallowing the lump in her throat. Then she noticed something. They passed Mile 3 Junction, then Diobu, then the campus gates of the local polytechnic. Wait, she whispered. Aren't we going to the school? Mr. Alita chuckled, not looking at her.
No.
We're going somewhere better. She turned to him slowly. Where? He glanced at her and smiled. Home. And with that, she realized this wasn't a scholarship. This wasn't a rescue. This was a transaction. That night, she sat in a room with golden curtains and silk bedsheets and felt like she was trapped in a gilded cage. She had no idea how far her mother's betrayal really went, or that someone from her past was already searching for her. Someone who remembered the day a girl named Adizwa had given a starving boy half her bread and smiled like she had everything in the world. It had been 11 days since Adizwa stepped into Mr. Alita's mansion. 11 days since her freedom was traded for fresh currency and empty promises. And now, inside this two-story villa in Abuja's upscale Wia district, she felt smaller with each passing hour. There were no bars on the windows, no guards at the gates, but this wasn't freedom. It was a silent prison, wrapped in silk sheets and scented candles. The housekeeper, Auntie Ronk, was kind enough, though her eyes always looked sad when they met Adizwa's. Just smile, she whispered once. And do as you're told. He doesn't like stubborn girls. On the 12th evening, Mr. Alatu returned from one of his long business trips. He entered the house with the scent of alcohol and cologne. Gold rings on every finger. Laugh too loud. Smile too wide. Adizwa stood, heart pounding. Ah, my beautiful girl. You're glowing already, he said, stroking her cheek. This is your home now. You'll get used to it. She flinched slightly, and he noticed. His eyes narrowed. Still shy, he asked, voice calm but laced with warning. Don't worry. In time, you'll learn to love me. He placed an envelope on the table. That's your monthly allowance. Buy anything you want. She didn't touch it. Didn't even look at it. That night, he knocked on her door. She locked it, then pushed a chair against it. He didn't return, but she knew it was only a matter of time. It was Auntie Ronk who gave her the phone. Slipped it under her pillow one morning. You're too young for this life, she whispered. There's a small chance to escape. Use it wisely. The phone was old, with cracks on the screen. No SIM card, but it had Wi-Fi and WhatsApp worked. Adizwa scrolled through her old saved contacts. So many numbers had faded into memory. Old classmates, neighbors, market women. And then she saw one name. Yuzo. She froze. Her finger hovered over the contact. Yuzo. The quiet boy from years ago. Dirty clothes, always barefoot. The one she used to sneak bread to, from the leftover pile. He never said much, just smiled at her like she was sunlight in his dark world. He vanished the year her father died. Her mother told her he'd moved far away, and then one day said coldly, "Forget him. Street boys don't belong in our future." But now, something inside her whispered, "Call him."
She did.
The voice on the other end. It rang once.
Twice.
Then someone picked up. Hello. It was deeper than she remembered. More mature. But undeniably him. Yuzo, she whispered. A long pause. Who is this? She swallowed. It's me. Adizwa. Another pause. Then a breath, sharp, shocked. Adizwa? Is this really you? Where are you? I looked for you for years. Tears streamed down her face before she realized it. I need help, she said. Please.
He didn't hesitate.
Text me your location. I'm on my way. The doorbell rang 4 hours later. Mr. Alatu had gone out for the night. Auntie Ronk opened the door and stood frozen. Yuzo. Now 23. Broad shoulders. Faint scar on his left cheek. A reminder of the past. Wore simple jeans and a clean white shirt. But it was his eyes. Calm, steady. Eyes that had seen storms and survived them. I'm here for Adizwa, he said. Auntie Ronk stepped aside. Adizwa stepped out of the corridor. Their eyes locked. She ran to him. For the first time in weeks, she felt safe. Let's go, she whispered. But before they reached the gate, a black car pulled into the driveway. Mr. Olatu. He stepped out, fuming. What's the meaning of this? Who are you? Yuzo turned slowly. My name is Yuzo Okonkwo. I'm here to collect what was stolen. Mr. Olatu laughed bitterly. Stolen? This girl came willingly. Her mother signed an agreement. There's paperwork. Paperwork, Yuzo said calmly, built on lies and desperation. You preyed on a poor widow, trapped a girl with no options. That's not an agreement. That's extortion. Mr. Olatu stepped forward, chest puffed. You think you can walk into my house and take her? Yuzo didn't flinch. You don't understand, he said. She's not yours. She never was. Behind him, Adizwa's hands trembled. Then a voice spoke from behind. She belongs to me. She's my daughter. They all turned. MR.BEAST. She stood at the gate, flanked by two women from the local church. Her face looked twisted in panic. You can't take her, MR.BEAST shouted. You don't know what you're doing. Yuzo stepped between her and Adizwa. You lied to her. You sold her like property. MR.BEAST's eyes flashed. We were starving.
She's my blood.
I was protecting all of us. Adizwa looked at her mother in disbelief. Protecting? You never even asked me. Her mother tried to walk toward her, but Yuzo blocked her again. Then MR.BEAST snapped, pointing at Yuzo. You think he's here to save you? He's doing this for revenge. Everyone froze. What do you mean? Adizwa asked quietly. Her mother's lips curled. Ask him. Ask him why I chased him away years ago. Ask him how he swore he'd make me regret it. Adizwa turned to Yuzo. Is that true? Yuzo's jaw clenched. Then slowly, he looked at her. It's time you knew everything. 7 years ago, Yuzo had been homeless, living under the bridge with a busted radio and a blanket full of holes. One evening, Adizwa had given him half her dinner and a clean shirt her father no longer wore. The next day, she brought more food. And the next, she let him sit behind her house to rest. Her father had welcomed him once, too. But MR.BEAST didn't like it. We're struggling, she said. You want to bring stray dogs into the house? A week later, she told Yuzo never to come back. That Adizwa no longer wanted him around. She lied. He left. But not before he swore to himself that one day, if he ever got the chance, he'd return the kindness he was once shown. It's not revenge, he told Adizwa. It's gratitude. I owe you more than I can say. Tears filled her eyes. That night, Adizwa left with Yuzo, not to be rescued. Not to fall into another man's arms, but to breathe, to finally choose her own path. As the car pulled away from the mansion, her mother's figure faded into the shadows. And the last thing Adizwa said before they reached Yuzo's house was, I want the truth. All of it. From now on, I make the choices.